sorry, my voice got a bit scratchy then. Hello and welcome to another unboxing. This is actually a two-part video. I'm going to be doing an unboxing. This is also part one of a Build Me an Army series, which is kind of like a Taylor Mini Gamers sort of thing, but we're doing over on Sprues and Brews. So this is going to be part one. This is going to be the Mordor sort of unboxing. I'm going to talk about sort of how I'm going to be building up the army and what you can expect. So jumping straight in, first off, thank you to Games Workshop for sending us a review copy, free of purchase to review. Yeah, all this support is, sometimes it's a bit overwhelming. It's so awesome that we can do these videos and stuff like that. So thank you very much. So jumping straight into it, I've not played a huge amount of Middle-Earth. It's a game that I've always wanted to play more of. I've got a few armies built and painted, but I've never been to an event. I've never really played against people outside of my local gaming group with Middle-Earth and that sort of stuff. So this is hopefully the beginning of sort of my journey into Middle-Earth, to get some more games in and do some more content for the site as well based on Middle-Earth. So yeah, let's jump straight in. So the Mordor Battlehost. So in this box you get the new plastic Witch King of Angmar character, which can also build a regular standard ring wraith. You get the model, the foot version and the mounted model, which is amazing. You know, it's such an iconic hero that you're going to want on the majority of armies and stuff like that. And it's so versatile. You can put the Witch King in an Angmar army, you can put it on a Mordor army, and even a standard ring wraith. If you're looking at the value of this box set in terms of how many boxes you can buy, well, realistically, you could buy a couple of these boxes and still be happy that you've got duplicates of models and stuff. So absolutely fantastic. Like I said, you get the Witch King / ring wraith on horse and on foot. You also get 24 Mordor orcs and 6 warg riders. So I'm just going to flip this box over and we can see in a bit more detail. Like I said, you get the 24 orcs, standard orcs. You get 8 with shields, 8 with spears, 4 with two-handed weapons, 4 with bows. Again, it gives you some variety in terms of your fighters. You then get 6 warg riders, which can, looking at the sprues, which I'll show off in a sec, you can give them all shields if you want. You can give a few more bows, a few more swords, that sort of stuff. But just out of the box, just on the back, you get 2 with swords, 2 with throwing spears, and 2 with bows. And then, like I said, you get the Witch King, which you can obviously build as a regular ring wraith as well. But looking at it, I'm definitely going to be building mine on the box, straight out of it, with the crown, on an armoured horse, with the flail. I want it. I want that Pelennor Fields Witch King for my army. So, yeah, just flicking back over. In terms of the contents of this box, you do get a lot. It is a good foundation for any Mordor army. The Mordor orcs, they provide a pretty decent solid battle line. The warg riders are, nice little cavalry unit. You've got shooting in the form of bows. All right, orcs aren't great at shooting, but you've still got it. The Witch King, you've got, your hero. If you give it the, I think it's the Crown of Morgul, I think it's called. It actually gives him like 3 attacks, which is pretty decent, pretty solid. He's one of those heroes that in small games, you can push forwards and you can get him in combat, you can get him fighting, you can get him casting spells. So in terms of sort of like the wider scope of collecting Middle-Earth, this is a fantastic box set because it really does give you everything that you can play different aspects of the game with. Like I said, you've got wizards, you've got shooting, you've got combat, you've got cavalry, you've got a bit of everything in this box, so it's absolutely fantastic. So let's jump on to the sprues. So I'm just going to move this out of the way, and then we're going to come in straight away with the Witch King of Angmar. Straight there we go. So it's only on one sprue. You get the mounted version and the foot version. on the one sprue, which is really nice. It's very detailed, you know, looking at the sprues. It's absolutely fantastic. And you've got all the options on there. You know, you can give it the Crown of Morgul, you've got the flail, you've got the sword, you know, you've got all the options you could want for the Witch King. You also get the only, and this is my only criticism of the box, is you only get one instruction guide, and that is just for the Witch King. You don't get one for Mordor or the Warg Riders. Don't get me wrong, I don't think you need them. If I'm being honest, you know, they are very small kits. But yeah, just, you know, nice little instruction guide for the Witch King. And then you get the Mordor Orcs. You get 2 of these frames. You get 12 on each. Again, you get 2 bows, 2 two-handed weapons, 4 spears, and 4 shields per frame. Again, you can't go wrong with those options. Like I said, you got the spears to support the shields. You got two-handed weapons to throw in those fights once the fighting gets a bit more intense. And yeah, you've got the archers, which again, not great. You know, orc shooting. We're not really known for shooting, but you know, still, it's good to have. So, and then the last sprue is the Warg Riders. So you get 2 sprues. You get one with all the wargs on it, and you get another one with obviously the riders and all the various options. Again, you get enough shields, so you give all of them shields if you want to. You get some optional bows and some swords and stuff as well, so you can mix and match some of the wargear options for the Warg Riders, which is really cool. So, bringing back the box. In this box, you get the Witch King. So if you give him all of his might, all of his will, all of his fate, you give him the Crown of Morgul, the Blade of Morgul, Morgul Blade, sorry, and an armoured horse, he comes in at exactly 200 points. Now, for this series, I'm going to be sort of aiming for to build it in stages effectively. So I'm going to be aiming for 500-ish points to start off with, and then build it up to sort of 600 and 700 points, and then I might take it for the series up to 1,000 points. And then that way, you know, if there is an event up at Warhammer World or an event in my local gaming group that is, you know, running 1,000 points, I've then got that Mordor army that I can take to those sort of events. But like I said, I'm going to be trying to aim this for about 700 points, but then throw in some optional extras and stuff to bump it up to 1,000 if needed. So in this box, like I said, you get the Witch King. If you give him all Might, Will, and Fate, you give him Crown of Morgul, Armoured Horse, Morgul Blade, that's 200 points on the nose. So you're already 2/5 of my target just in that one miniature alone. In the rest of the box, you get the 24 Mordor Orcs. If you give them just what they are armed with, so spears, shields, two-handed weapons and bows, you don't throw any optional or extra shields into the mix and that sort of stuff, then all those orcs work out at 144 points. So that takes me up to about 344 points, which is, again, absolutely fantastic for this sort of style box. The Warg Riders, so again, I'm going to be building them bog standard. I'm not trying to optimize my loadout for any of my models or anything along those lines. So I'm going to have 2 Warg Riders with just hand weapons. I'm going to have 2 Warg Riders with bows and 2 Warg Riders with throwing spears. Now, I'm not too fussed about having the riders, the riderless, the models for when the warg potentially gets killed, and I'm not too fussed about having it, the wargs if a rider gets killed just yet. Those are kind of like, again, optional extras that I can add on to the game or add on to the force once I've got that 700 points done. So in the box, you get the Witch King. The Witch King is a hero of valor, which means he can lead up to 15 models as his followers in his warband. Now, obviously, you get more than 15 models in this box, which again is fantastic, right? You know, more the merrier. But the first thing that I want to be adding to the army to bump it up to that 500 points, because with all those points, it works out at about 414 points. So the first thing that I want to add is a Mordor Orc Captain with Shield. Now, Games Workshop sell a pack where you get a Captain with a Shield, an Orc with a Banner, an Orc Taskmaster, and an Orc Shaman. Now, I can't fit all of that in at 500 points, but if I throw in an Orc Captain, that gives me more than enough heroes to sort of like lead all the warband, all the miniatures in this box, and then throw in a Mordor Orc with a banner. Again, just, banners are super useful. You're gonna want at least one, if not two, depending on the size of your games and stuff. So those are going to be the first two things that I add in. Now, adding the captain and the banner, that works in at roughly about 480 points, which is going to be sort of my initial starting force. And then I'll add in the Taskmaster, the Shaman, and probably a few more miniatures sort of in the next segment of this tale of build me an army. But yeah, I think that's going to be sort of like the initial foundation of the force. So looking at this box, do I think it's good? Yes, of course I do. I think it's fantastic. Does it make me want to build and paint Middle-Earth? Yeah, it does. It does. It makes me want to go out and collect more miniatures. It's a classic case of all gamers. I want to have this entire box just built and painted so I can just start playing games straight away. But unfortunately, there's going to be some time investment into this box set. So yeah, looking at it, value for money, fantastic. And yeah, stay tuned for the next installment of Build Me an Army.